Hey, good afternoon. I'm David with the Wild Bird Center of Johns Creek. Today we're going to do a quick video on how to disassemble the Squirrel Buster Plus unit and so we can clean it. The Squirrel Buster Plus is a sub $100 unit. It holds about 3 quarts or 3.5 pounds of seed, and for my house that's about 6 days worth of food. But over time the food can spoil in a feeder, so we need to clean it periodically, and that's what we're going to cover today. Okay, so this is how we disassemble it. You push down on the lid and twist, and then so the first piece to come off is the actual hook from the assembly piece right there. And then the next piece we want to take off is this big tube right here, and the way we do that is we have 2 little hooks in here that we snap, 2 little plastic ones that we push in with our thumbs, and then what will happen is the whole unit will slide on out like that. And then I'm holding this because this piece comes right off as well, this little rain guard right here. That comes off as well. Finally, we want to take apart this assembly right in here, and the way we do that is with this set screw that's on the bottom. We just unscrew that. And that set screw is really meant to hold these into place. It holds them tight, and I'll show you how that does in the past. But it also holds the whole inner assembly in as well. Okay. To get the purchase out, we just simply screw the purchase in. What will happen is your cardinal ring will come off, and then to completely clean this thing, remove all the purchase off of it, and what will happen is this piece that holds those purchase in place, you can see it's getting looser and looser. It's getting looser. Now that will come out so we can do a complete cleaning of that particular piece. And then finally, the last piece we want to take out is the spring assembly, and the way that works is we just pop off the red cap. Now what we need to remove is this little pin right here. And the way I remove it is I hold down the red, push on the little piece of steel right there, and then what will happen is this piece comes right off, and this piece slides right out. So the whole assembly is now disassembled, and you can either put it into the dishwasher, or you can hand wash it, and we recommend that you hand wash it with some type of bleach solution, like 5% bleach, and the rest of it water. And then what we want to do is we're using the bleach to kill all the mold and the bacteria that could get stuck inside this little rim right here. Finally, once we're rinsing it out, we want to make sure there are no clogs in these fine little holes with any seed. And the reason why is because that's your drainage for when the unit is completely clean. Okay, so to put the unit back together, we're going to reassemble it. I've placed this piece back into its spot, and then what's holding that piece in again are these purchase. So we want to just screw the purchase in like this. It'll go right in. And then the cardinal ring goes on next. The cardinal ring just simply sits on there. And then what we're actually going to screw it into are these little holes that are in there. I don't know if you can see that, but they just basically get held on by the purchase. So the easy way to do that is just to screw it in. Okay, so the next step we're doing is we're just basically screwing out the purchase into the preset holes here on the cardinal ring. And that will hold that tight. So this assembly can only go in this one way. You'll know it when you push it in. We're just going to stick it on in. If it's like that, it won't work. You just keep twisting it until it falls into place. So again, just twist it until it falls into place. And it will fall into place. Okay. And then, so we want to next is hold this assembly down, and the easiest way to do that, so we can get it, is just to kind of drop this piece in there. It only goes in one way. Turn it over and screw on that set screw. Okay, so again, we tighten up the set screw, and as we tighten it up, these become tightened down. That's what that screw is also doing, not only just holding this in, but it's also holding these pieces here tight. That's what it's actually doing. Our next piece to go on is this little rain guard. It just slides right on there. And then this actually holds the rain guard into place. I'm going to take these little arrows, I'm going to line them right up into this piece down here, and it just snaps right on. So the final piece is, I want to look at this, is Broom does make, for the Squirrel Buster Plus, a little larger rain guard, and this is what it actually looks like. And the way the rain guard is actually applied is it won't fit over this. So we have to unhook this again, if you wanted the additional rain guard, now is when it actually goes on. It goes into that spot, and again, goes in, it's only one way to go on, and it stays there. So our final piece is, we want to hook this back in there, and this is going to keep the spring assembly into place on the top end. We put our little bar back, put our little snap back on there, put our top on, and we have a Broom Squirrel Buster Plus.